Before I tell you this story, I need you to ask yourself something. Have you ever worked so hard for something good, so genuinely, honestly hard, that the whole community looked at you and said, this one is different. This one has character. Monica Okafor was that person. The woman every mother pointed to and said, see her, learn from her. She was the kind of woman that poverty could not touch because she wore her dignity like armor. And then one day, she took it off. What happened next will shake you, because this is not just a story about a woman who fell. This is a story about what it costs to climb back up when the whole world has already written your name in the wrong book. Stay with me, because what God allows to strip from you in silence, He will sometimes restore in ways your shame never expected. If this story already has you feeling something, hit subscribe. More tales are coming and you don't want to miss them. Welcome to Tales by RM. The alarm went off at 5, not because Monica had a meeting, not because the office would dock her pay if she was late. It went off because that is simply how Monica Okafor began every single day, on her knees, before the world had a chance to speak first. She was a teacher in a private school in Asaba City, Nigeria, 11,000 naira a month. In a country where a plate of food was beginning to cost what some people earned in a day. But Monica did not complain. She woke up, she prayed, she led her family in morning devotion. She made sure her younger siblings had eaten before she walked out the door. In her clean, pressed dress, her worn shoes, and her head held straight, the children in her class loved her. The parents trusted her. Her pastor used to call her name in church as an example of what a young woman with integrity looks like. She was admired, she was respected, and she was quietly, steadily, desperately poor. Monica knew it. She felt it every time her shoes wore thin and she couldn't replace them yet. Every time a colleague talked about a chip or a new phone and she smiled and nodded and said nothing. Every time she counted what was left after she sent something home to her mother and looked at the number and had to decide between food and transport, she told herself it was temporary. She told herself God sees. She told herself that good things take time, and for a long time, she believed it. Her name was Naomi. They had grown up on the same street, same school, same church, same broken shoes. And then Naomi had gone to Lagos. When she came back, Asaba City stopped and stared. A brand new car, designer everything, a mansion she had built for her parents, real Italian tiles, generator, water tank, the works. People were taking pictures outside that gate like it was a government building. Monica stood at the back of the crowd that day and felt something move inside her that she didn't have a name for. It wasn't just envy. It was something older than envy. Something that whispered, "Why not you?" She went to Naomi. She sat across from her in that beautiful sitting room and she said the words that would change everything. She said, "Naomi, please, help me. I am tired of struggling. Whatever you're doing, I want in." And Naomi looked at her for a long moment. And then she smiled, the kind of smile that doesn't reach the eyes. "Pack your bag," she said. "We are going to Lagos." Lagos welcomed Monica Lonwe. Lagos welcomes every hungry soul with lights, noise, and a pace that doesn't wait for you to catch your breath. Naomi took her into a world she had only had whispered about. The world of Ron's girls. Young women, beautiful women, women who had decided that their beauty was a currency, and they were done spending it cheap. These were women who dined with senators, who drove cars gifted by men whose wives were still at home cooking dinner, who posted photos that made their village age mates feel like they were living wrong. Monica sat in the middle of all of it and she made a choice. A quiet, deliberate, eyes open choice.
She packed away the woman she had been in Asaba, the prayers, the morning devotions, the pressed dress and worn shoes, and she did not look back.
Transformation, when you have been poor long enough, does not feel like sin. It feels like relief. It feels like finally. It feels like the first time in years you wake up without a calculation in your head. Monica cut her old clothes loose. Designer wear replaced everything. She got the surgery, the Brazilian butt lift, the full package, the kind of body that turns the room the moment you walk in. She learned how to walk into a restaurant and let the room do the greeting. The men came, wealthy men, powerful men, men whose names were in newspapers and whose drivers knew better than to ask questions. Monica moved between them with a skill that surprised even herself. Money began to pile up in ways she had never allowed herself to dream of. She bought her own car. She started building a house for her family back in Asaba. Real bricks, real roof, real future. Her mother called her crying one afternoon, crying with joy, saying she had prayed for this day. Monica sat with that phone call for a long time, and then she put it away, because to sit with it too long was to feel something she had decided she no longer had time for. Her ex-boyfriend, a quiet, decent man who had loved her through all her Asaba years, reached out once. He said he had heard things. He said he was worried. Monica told him not to waste her data with nonsense calls and blocked his number before he could finish his sentence. She told herself she had upgraded. She told herself the women whose home she was walking through were complicit in their husbands' choices. She told herself she hadn't asked anyone to love her. She just existed. And if men made terrible decisions because of that existence, that was their problem, not hers.
But there is a thing about living at the top of a world built on smoke. You always know, somewhere in the back of your mind, that smoke does not hold weight. And the longer you stay up there, the more desperate you become to find something solid to stand on. His name was Chief Adebayo, a billionaire, the kind of man whose name alone opens doors. Monica had been circling him for months. She had done everything right. The look, the conversation, the patience. But Chief Adebayo was careful, the way rich men get careful, and they've been married long enough to know the cost of mistakes. She wanted him permanently, not as a visitor, not as a secret, as hers. And ordinary means were not going to get her there. So she went to Calabar. There are places in Nigeria where certain things are done. Things that people speak about in low voices or not at all. Monica sat before a native doctor in a room that smelled of things she could not name. She paid. She did what she was told. She went back to Lagos with something she could not see but could feel. A weight that had transferred from that room to somewhere inside her. The charms worked. Chief Adebayo within weeks unraveled in ways that shocked people who had known him for decades. He abandoned his family. He moved into a hotel suite. He spent money on Monica with a recklessness that his accountants lost sleep over. And every time his wife called, he rejected the call without blinking. Monica had what she wanted. She had the man, the money, the security. She had won. Or so she believed. Drop a comment below. Whose side are you on? I read every single one. And don't go anywhere, because the second half of this story is where everything collapses. 5 years is a long time to live inside a lie. Long enough to forget what the truth smells like. Long enough to start believing that the consequences have somehow graciously forgotten about you. They hadn't. It started with her skin. A patch here, a discoloration there. She went to a doctor, then another, then a dermatologist who told her he had never seen anything quite like it. The flesh in certain places looked like it was beginning to pull away from itself. Modern medicine had no explanation. And then, Naomi, the woman who had brought her into all of this. Monica got a call one morning that Naomi had been found running through the streets of Lagos, screaming, not in pain, in terror, screaming at things no one else could see, swinging at invisible presences with her bare hands, a full public mental breakdown right there in the open.
Monica did not sleep that night. She visited 3 different spiritualists in 1 week. All 3 told her the same thing in different words. The wife of Chief Adebayo, the woman whose husband had been taken, whose children cried themselves to sleep, whose prayers had gone up for years, that woman's righteousness had become a wall, and the wall was closing in. What you call on to help you destroy, they said, will eventually destroy you too. Monica looked in the mirror that night at her skin, at a face that had opened so many doors, that had turned so many heads, that she had rebuilt and sculpted and perfected, and she wept in a way she had not wept since she was a child. Not pretty tears, the ugly kind, the kind that come from a place you've been hiding from yourself for years. There is a moment, and God only sends it once, where everything inside you goes completely still. No more justifications, no more negotiations, no more telling yourself that what you are doing is survivable. That moment found Monica alone in her apartment at 2 in the morning, her skin burning, Naomi unreachable, Chief Adebayo asleep in the next room, and not a single person in the world she could call and be honest with. She surrendered. She broke off the relationship with the chief. She went back to Calabar and broke every charm, every agreement she had entered. She walked into a small, humble church, not her old church with the people who knew her name in the right way, a church where no one knew her at all. She sat in the back row. She did not sing. She did not raise her hands. She just sat there and let herself be found. The rot stopped spreading, slowly, unevenly, but it stopped. Her hair, which had begun going grey well before its time, stayed grey. The scars on her skin stayed. The mirror she had once been so certain of would never look quite the same way again, and Monica accepted that. Not happily, not easily, but fully.
She sold everything. The cars, the clothes, the jewelry she had accumulated piece by piece like trophies. All of it. She took the money and built something she had never thought of built before. A foundation for widows, for orphans, for women who had found themselves, through no fault of their own, in rooms with no doors. She opened a skincare business, not to attract men, not to rebuild what had been lost. She opened it to help women love what they already had, to teach them that their skin, their body, their face, it belonged to them first, to them alone. She went back to Asaba, not in the car she had dreamed of when she left, not to the fanfare Naomi had returned to. She went back quietly, with her scars, with her grey hair, with her story. She tells it to young women now, without embarrassment, without the parts edited out. She tells them about the morning prayers she abandoned, about Naomi's car, about Calabar, about what it felt like to win everything and lose yourself at the exact same time. She tells them, the fastest road to riches is almost always the fastest road to ruin, and the woman you become in the taking is very rarely the woman you thought you were going to be. Monica Okafor did not end up with scars on her skin because she was a bad person. She ended up there because she let someone else's arrival convince her that her own life wasn't enough. Because she looked at Naomi's tiles and forgot that she had been building something far harder to measure, a character. And what I want you to hold on to from this story is not the scars. It is not the mansion that almost destroyed her. It is not the chief. It is that small unnamed church in the middle of the night, where a woman with nothing left decided to start again. That decision, that moment, that is the whole story. Because anyone can build a life when things are going right. It takes something different, something rarer,
to build one when everything you thought you were is lying in pieces on the floor. Monica built it, and she built it better the second time. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and I'll see you in the next tale. Subscribe to Tales by RM, because at this channel we don't just tell stories, we tell the ones that matter.